Hi, we're here with Dr. Ginger Grancagnolo, who's a counselor, lecturer, and author. And today we're going to be talking about energetic trends. Welcome, Ginger.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks
I'm
for
happy
being
to be here.
Yeah, awesome. So tell us, dive right in. Tell us everything that you do and how you do it.
I started out as a high school English teacher and in a urban school in Newark.
Okay.
And I started to see very early on that they really weren't so much concerned about parts of speech because I was the English teacher. It was more about their interior. So I really recognized that in order to really educate the whole person, you have to start from inside out.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And so I continued in my education, and I'm in a private practice and continue to study all about that interior, all about the power of energy that's in us, that innate intelligence, that fountain of untapped potential that we all talk about, but how do we get to it and how do we use it?
How do we tap into that?
Yeah, how do
Well,
we?
Tell us.
Yeah. Well, it's very available, more so than what we think. And the easiest way, like if we even just think right now, your focus is more external. You're paying attention to the colors in the room, to the sounds, to the texture of your clothing, perhaps. Your intelligence is faced outside. If you allow yourself to just for a moment, even right now, just take a deep breath and just pull it in. Imagine you're going so deep inside that you can really almost feel like, and then exhale it out. And then when you're comfortable, just open your eyes. Now tell me, in that second that you got all the way to the depths, how did it feel?
Relaxing.
Yeah. Balance.
Now, that is our natural state. That truly is our natural
We
state.
can only be in that all the time.
And the problem is we're putting so much attention on this exterior. We're like reconnoiters. We're watching everything, kind of calculate, and the energy is inside saying, anchor to me, anchor to me. Let me, you be of the observer, and it's like the eyes of the soul are watching out, and for me it's like I'm having a conversation, like there's an earplug and it's pilot to co-pilot, and in this dialogue I'm relaxed, I'm calmer, I could still observe, but I'm anchored. The difference is I'm anchored from inside out. Now if I can, we started off talking about the energy trends. As we're talking about energy trends, it appears right now that everything that's going on in the world is chaotic, random, upside down. It's making us hold our breath, and it's not the truth. The energy cycles that are going on, and I'm going to cite some specific examples, are actually now at a convergence point that is so magnificent. The whole of the earth is learning how to switch their consciousness.
Finally, I am so
consciousness.
thrilled to hear you say this, because so much of the world for so long, our recent past, was so tuned to what was going on out there beyond their perception. It was created, even if you weren't in it. People were getting angry and drawn in, and I always felt like I have to not look at that, and I have to stay positive. And to hear that this is what's happening with us, and this is very exciting to me, because it's needed. Okay, I get it.
That's okay. So what it looks like is everything is falling apart. There's no foundation. It's not the truth. If we can understand, this creation is done by the creator, not a destroyer. It's a creator. And there's a timer to what happens, which are called trends. Sometimes people call it astrology. Some people, the cycles of movement of planets that are very specific. And for me, I look at it like a Doppler forecast. So if the sun is shining and then you turn on the news or on an app or some weather app, and it says 3:08 it's going to rain, and you're like, no, they're kidding. That's ridiculous. Sure enough, 3:05 the clouds start coming in. By 3:08 it's raining.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is the Doppler forecast is taking an overview, like from the satellite, of everything that's happening simultaneously. That is the creator's perspective. We have a point of view, which is a point on the view. Creator is the view.
Right.
And so everything is moving in these very specific cycles to bring us to this point. Okay. This point is, to sum it up in very simple and old terms, to thine own self be true.
I love it.
Okay.
Now,
yeah.
I love
to
it.
point
Worry
out
about yourself.
I love it.
to point out particular
Start with yourself, right?
that's okay to point out particular cycles. If we go back to 1987, 1987 there was a movement of energy called the harmonic convergence. What that means is there's a bunch of planets that lined up all simultaneously. Example would be, imagine I had 20 light bulbs, but they were scattered all over the ceiling. Light would come out in different places. Well, at this point, and leave shadows. But at this point, the light is going all in one direction, all lined up, very intensified. When there's more light intensified, it shows up the dark.
Right.
And picture you put the lights on really bright in your living room. You say, "Oh my goodness, there were so many crumbs on the rug. I didn't even see that." We are looking at everything that's been hidden in the shadows. That trend has actually started 1987.
Wow.
Then we had another shift helping us to switch our thought process instead of focusing outside in to inside out. That was 1998. So this has been happening slowly. Then we had another one, the summer of 2017, which we did wrap up. There was an excavation of the soul that began summer to fall, all the way continue of 2017. The purpose of it was to get us to go really deep in ourselves. The way to do that is from conflict. Nobody grows in a comfort zone.
Okay. Good
So the
point.
more,
Yeah.
so we had individual conflicts, we had family conflicts, and it started to ripple out into nations. And and this is truly what the really proper term is. We have completed right now. We have completed what is known as the age of Pisces. Pisces has twofold. The underside or the darker side, underdeveloped side, is victimization, addictions, problems, entitlement, irresponsibility, whining, drama.
Right. All
The
those fun things.
positive side is trusting your what you can't see, trusting your intuition, using your inside eyes more than your outside eyes. We have completed this cycle, and we are really right at the doorstep of the age of Aquarius, and we'll be there for the rest of our natural lives.
Okay.
The age of Aquarius says you have the right to do exactly what you want to do, no matter what, and so do I. There's only one little star at the bottom print, provided it doesn't hurt you and it doesn't hurt me. What is shifting is, instead of, as you were bringing out, people just blindly going about their business, picking a career, following what they think that they need to do because it's for security reasons, not for soul reasons.
Right.
That's broken. There's so many people. There's a recent survey that said in our particular United States, 76% of all people in particular careers are not there because they really like it. They're there because they fell into it, the money, they have to, it's a family business, but it's not their heart's desire.
Right. Gotta do
Sole
what you
purpose.
You
love.
have to follow your
Right.
passion. That's
Yeah.
how the opportunities
Yeah.
come.
And if
That's
we
it.
don't follow our passion, we're not following our destiny.
Right.
And so what we're moving into now is that inside to outside, understanding that simple breath that we took is connecting me to my creator. Then I get to use the creative energy in a cooperative, co-creating way that I can follow my own beat and be my own person and praise somebody for doing the same thing, and nobody steps on anybody's toes.
Awesome.
That's fabulous.
So is it
That's
like
really-
your soul's purpose? This is the
Total.
time
Yes.
to really step into
Total
your
soul
soul's
purpose.
purpose.
Total
Not like
soul-
the big days of Wall Street, the fat
Bring
days. That's
on
gone.
the age of Aquarius.
And
As an
yeah.
Aquarian, I am happy.
Oh, you're in your. I would say the world's finally caught up to you.
Finally, I
That's
agree.
it. Yeah. No, that's absolutely wonderful, and it's it really.
And it will be exciting. And the key is breathe deep, breathe often, breathe into that anchor, and to remember, no matter what we think, there's nothing random. Nothing
Yes.
random about how we're created. There's an invisible blueprint inside of us, a script that's waiting to burst forth. Honor it. Spend
Okay.
time with yourself. Breathe more, relax more. Look at nature and remember that no matter what nature's doing, it's God doing it through the trees. It's God doing it through the sunlight, through the clouds, through the rain, no matter what it is. We're surrounded by divinity.
Thank you for
Thank you.
really giving it to us in such a great nutshell way that And we'll be right back.